Tak. So I've decided to do my talk in English since it's being streamed or strømmet as well. So I just want to get the broadest reach possible, so that's why I do it in English. I know Norwegian people has a increasingly hard time understanding Danish as well, so that might fit very well. All right, so I'm from the National Museum of Denmark. We're like 600 employees there. And I've been there for a year and a half trying to basically get, this kind of open engine going within the museum. So the mission of the National Museum of Denmark is to kind of embody and develop the prerequisite of everybody to be able to gain insight into cultural heritage. And I think one of the things that are going on here right now is that a lot of these kinds of cultural institutions, we're kind of getting a sense of the fact that the old model by which we've worked by in many years, hundreds of years, the broadcast model, us doing stuff and then them using the stuff that we do, is not sufficient anymore. We are seeing new kinds of ways in which the world is working, and the internet is kind of propelling that development. So I think we're all trying to learn how to not be broadcasting institutions alone, but to work differently. And this is kind of the best way to kind of summarize what the internet has done to us. We're not just someone producing stuff and then another group consuming the stuff. We're all both producers and consumers in the same time, and we're entangled in these very distributed networks. And in the model at the right here, we might even be tempted to see ourselves as the one in the middle of this diagram, and we obviously are not. People are following their own passions and goals and interests in their own lives, and we might just be a little part in that whole kind of life story of people. So instead of sitting down and doing a lot of thinking about what to do about this kind of paradigm shift away from broadcast toward open collaboration, we decided to just do stuff, to do something about it, to try something out. And that was basically the outset for the hackathons we did in 2012 and 13 in Denmark. So we started off a little bit different than you are here now, because in 2012 we were just basically curious if anybody would actually show up. So we started a little bit less ambitious than you are doing here now, because we just wanted to figure out if there were any hackers out there that actually wanted to do stuff with us. And then we kind of tried to scale it up in 13 and get more ambitious on the products or the prototypes that came out of the hackathons. And that actually went very well, so that was a good thing. So this is a picture from the first one that took place at the Royal Library in Copenhagen. As I mentioned, 5 minutes into the event, we basically were able to check off in terms of if the event was successful, because we just wanted to know if people would actually show up. And 5 minutes into the event, it was obvious to us that people showed up. So at that point, we could declare the event a success and just basically have a good time and have some fun and try to do stuff and work on data together. Just a brief funny story. We obviously asked the programmers and developers why they were there. We were able to. We got totally surprised by Microsoft calling us up, letting us know that they would like to pay for the beer at the after party. So we obviously took that offer. And one of the guys there, he was like, "Okay, I'm here because I heard Microsoft were buying beer, and I basically feel like they owe one, so that's why I'm here." But obviously, working, getting to know people, maybe figuring out who to work for in the future, and just doing stuff you like with other people, that's something we all kind of enjoy. So this was kind of the sentiment of a lot of people there. They were like, okay, museums, archives, these dusty, weird institutions that I don't have really any relations to, but what the hell, it's a Friday, Saturday, we're going to have a party as well, so I'm coming. And I think a lot of them were kind of surprised about the fact that it was pretty cool for them to be there, and we were able to facilitate them meeting similar kinds of people, so to speak. So that's a big part of this too, us being able to draw people in and just facilitating for them to have a good time with people that they feel familiar to. So this is an image from 13. One more. Then we moved location from 12 to 13, the Royal Library in 2012, and then the National Museum in 13, and in this fall 14, we're still undecided about where it's going to be, but it's obvious that we're going to have another one and trying to raise the bar once again. So we've got like 10 to 15 prototypes and projects from the 2 years of hackathons, and I've brought a few ones here. The one on the left is a pure concept development project, which was interesting to me. You don't have to crank out a lot of code to hack heritage data, so to speak. You could also do a lot of just concept development. The winner is down there, an augmented reality app from two guys from Estonia, actually. The winner from 2013 is up there, a heat map of moving activity in Copenhagen. Cool Wikimedia, DPpedia kind of visualization down here. So we've got a website, obviously, where you could dig into these prototypes that were built and get to know them. This was the cultural minister at the time in 12 when we did the first one. And the cool thing he says here is that he sees open cultural data as a driver in society. And that's a really great way to express it, I think, and that's what a lot of you guys has talked about as well. So while the hackers from the outside are hacking our data sets, I'm trying to hack the mission statement of the National Museum from within. And this is one way to kind of to show that by opening up data, we build and develop and embody the prerequisites for others to gain insight. And the way they do that is actually by experiencing third-party developed remixes and mashups. And to the coders here, I have to finish up now. Have fun and do great work. It's really great work. It matters a lot. Big memory institutions are a central part of the civilization of our culture and our continual development of our civilization and cultural practices. So it's an important, big job. It's not just about making money and building products that youngsters claw onto. It's important stuff about who we are and how we are. Keep the ecosystem vibrant. I urge you to commit code back to the ecosystem by putting out open code. And this was my reaction when I was invited here, which I was very glad about. Yay, I'm going. I have a past as a death metal fan. So I'm very proud to be here with you guys because I know you have a big tradition in that as well. So I'm really curious to see how metal the hackers of Norway really are. So good luck, have fun. I'm really anxious to see the presentations tomorrow to see what comes out of all this. So thank you.